We all live our own summer wars. Hi guys, so I'm having Microsoft Edge read my script, but he really wanted to tell all you guys about a film I recently rewatched called Summer Wars. Summer Wars in a Japanese animated film about a young man called Kenji who eventually falls in love with a young woman called Natsuki. Natsuki offers him a part-time job to go with her somewhere, but she doesn't say where. It turns out, she wants him to pretend to be her boyfriend because her grandma's getting old and she doesn't want her sweet, nice, neat, and kind grandma to pass away without seeing her with a young and successful, handsome young man. The story's interesting enough, but the events that unfold I feel are truly the pinnacle of Chinaman storytelling, and I feel this film is an easy 10/10 for me. The characters of this world live in a world very much like our own, however, everyone's connected to an internet service called Oz, which controls everything from casual social media to business, water systems, fire departments, and governmental structures. Kenji is framed for hacking into Oz after an AI hacks into the system by sending out the master code for the whole control system to every Oz user. Some users actually crack the code and dumbly fucking enough send the answer to the AI, which then wreaks havoc, flooding streets, causing mad and rude traffic jams that last what feel like days. And every digital infrastructural ecosystem is hacked and rendered unusable by the AI. Eventually, things settle down, but the AI is still stealing user accounts from around the world. Kenji is a math whiz and manages to learn that to beat the AI, he has to wager accounts he has control of for the hundreds of millions accounts the AI has stolen. Sorry but fucking LMAO. I guess spoilers, but fucking don't hate me. Anyway, the family Kenji stays with, Natsuki's, wager their accounts, but eventually the whole world support them and lend their accounts to wager when they've stolen back hundreds of thousands of accounts, but sadly, it'll end up with only 72, which wasn't the minimum wager, which was 100 I think. Anyway, eventually millions of users help the Jinuki family and the AI wagers all, but he loses, and it seems like the crisis of a missile hitting a nuclear factory is avoided. However, last second the AI changes the trajectory of the missile to aim for the Jinuki household. Kenji the math whiz keeps cracking mad codes, but the AI keeps changing them. Eventually, however, of course, Kenji solves the last hard code in his head, while his friend Kazuma, a member of the Jinuki family and a child no less, the best video gamer in Oz, stops his avatar from changing the code again. This allows Kenji to change the trajectory of the missile to hit very nearly where the family was. He knows spoilers are fucking dumb, but hey, you're only respectfully getting the top of the iceberg, so to speak. Bear with me. It's like nothing was spoiled because respectfully, this will make you intend or like purpose to watch the film more. Anyway, LMAO, this film is genius, and now that the plot's out the way, let me tell you why you should watch this film, especially during summer. This film is surely a reflection of what summer's like for all of us. A time for love, romance, family, friends, fun, and adventure, but fucking LMAO. But also how summer can be a mean, rude, impolite, or like fucking quite frankly a shitty time for a lot of us. Granny does pass away, but not before encouraging everyone she met her whole lifetime to fight through this cyber war. And if she hadn't, I can promise you surely things would have been a lot meaner than they were. I sure hope there aren't any typos in this cause I don't want to do this again, LMAO. Natural video writing we guess. So, we're all like Kenji, shy, fucking oblivious to when a woman loves us, smart, bravi, silly. Kenji's power to win a room, get out of a mean or like rude or like impolite situation, and of course win the girl, stem from a naivety for sure, but I think more importantly, a quiet, humble, loving, caring, leaderly, and familial spirit. Like ice, snowstorms, angels, ice, snowstorms, storms, angels, ice, snowstorms, storms. Kenji is all of us, and we in turn of course, are him. Sorry about the Sackboy footage, but I didn't know what else to do, LMAO. I didn't know if the footage would be copyrighted, but admittedly, I didn't feel like putting together such a complex video, of course, especially if it didn't get copyrighted. Natsuki is such a sweet, kind, loving, caring, helpful, powerful, leaderly, and ineffable being. She surely is such a perfect main character. It's the middle of summer right now. Road trips, planes, airports, hiking, Yosemite, pools, beaches, sunlight, dance, fun, vacations, schools out. Summer for a lot of us is the nicest time of year, but even so we all go through our own summer wars. I admit I cried at least one time during my viewing of the film. I had never been so touched, and in a way I'll never be again, by the tenacity, love, passion, care, and attention to detail that was put into this film, by its very talented and artistic team. Summer Wars is, in the most respectable way possible, is a not bad surely, but nice paradox like the late, great Thomas à Kempis one time said, or like spoke we embrace contradictions. Don't take this the wrong way, but contradictions are the only entertaining medium, of course. Truly curious contradictions are resolved, but boring stuff isn't puzzling to begin with, or like mean or like rude or like impolite contradictions of course never get solved. It's summer, life's nice, the pretty woman is already in love with you, fucking perfect. Right, but we're shy, we're being framed for a crime we didn't do. But we have a family for the first time in our lifetime. We can sit with a huge family with a rich history, and learn about their fascinating ancestry, the wars their ancestors fought, the odds they faced. As Kenji later explains, he was indeed often alone due to how much his parents worked. So for him, it was the first time he felt like he was in a family, a warm, kind, admittedly kind of loud, kidding. Lol. Now don't get me wrong, of course. Kenji loved his parents, but of course this was his first true family. See? No contradiction to be found. The house the family live in is a huge traditional-style Japanese home with lots of character and personality. The family welcome Kenji with open arms, and the way they all get together for the last battle is admittedly one of the greatest pieces of Chinaman history. Admittedly, I felt like they celebrated a little early, but the ending is heartwarming and of course, Kenji and Natsuki get together. The art just absolutely and utterly blows me away, respectfully. This is top-tier stuff and for anyone who doesn't like to be around sinners like God said, but is a pretty serious and respectable being. The seriousness of this pretty and solemn beauty is a sight to see indeed. The art is loved, cared for, and much appreciated by the artists. Every frame has meaning and purpose, and anime, I feel, is the nicest medium for storytelling hands down and respectfully, barred none. This story is such a journey. The characters are likable like the Johnny Bravo-esque, Janus, Goofball Takashi, Kenji's best friend. They mean or like rude or like impolite Shota is the cause of an unfortunate amount of grief when he removes the ice keeping a supercomputer. Cool, to keep the past away being of granny cool. Admittedly, I felt he was wrong, so of course fucking Kazuma punches him right in the fucking countenance. Kidding. LML. Anyway, the characters were really nice to look past it though admittedly. I wish it hadn't been written in because I felt like it was quite a tragic and preventable thing. The family has quite a few characters though, as they carelessly take apart the house to take down the AI love machine, of course, that's what it's called. He felt Kenji might have been too shy about Natsuki, as I felt she loved him right from the nice or like neat or like swell, dandy, nifty, passionate start, but hey, I'm no fucking film director or what the fuck ever LMAO. Kidding. Anyway, he loved how Kenji comforts Natsuki after the passing of her grandma, as this was the first real time they were romantically connected. He started writing this script to the ending song which I loved a lot, but ended up switching it to a really nice Ghibli mix. I'll of course link down below. I love how close Kenji and Takashi are, and my wishes were granted when I wished to see more of him in the film. At the end time of the film, Takashi takes a serious leader role which cemented him as a very nice, cool, likable, and of course lovable being who of course again is cemented as a hero in this very dramatic, passionate, but also lighthearted and summery film. How we all live our own summer wars is what I decided to call this piece, and my internet was out today, but our hotspot was also shit, so I figured God's will, and moved on. Though like the title of this piece implies, I was still dealing with my own summer wars, and I didn't even know I was so depressed because I fucking still hadn't seen the film. Kidding. LML. No fucking. LMAO. In all seriousness, this film made me feel infinitely nicer or like neater or like kinder or like better, and to God, Sabaoth, and all things good, I'm truly grateful. Sabaoth by the by is a way to say all nice beings who spiritually coexist in the spiritual, religious space of the Evans. Fucking anyway, kidding. LML. This film, man, this fucking film, 10/10. I respectfully say, we do all deal with our own summer wars, but that's why we have family, kids, adults, uncles, aunts, cousins, a rich history like the books of the Bible 1st and 2nd Chronicles which list long genealogies of our fucking biblical ancestors. Sorry not to bring too much religion into it, but this film makes or breaks summer. Every being during summer, respectfully, should watch this film, because I feel God cracked this film open like an egg, and that's summer. During this film, I smoked a cigarette, which I never do, and I threw up. Fucking, that's my summer war. I didn't know if I could finish the film. The devil might say it's dragging. I'm childish. It's too long. It's not violent enough. But then he looks at Princess Mononoke and says it's too violent. Which now that I think about it, I'd love to rewatch Princess Mononoke. You haven't seen this film since probably 9th grade or like the Samurai. Funny that it was in summer. Anyway, I'm 26 now, and back in 9th grade I was like 15. I'd forgotten nearly all the film, but I never forgot the way it made me feel. I know this film will get better with every subsequent rewatch, and for that, I'm surely grateful. Respectfully, after this video, if you have time, find a copy of this masterpiece and get ready for a strange, yet fun, weird, but touching, dumb, kidding, LML. If you have time, please respectfully, watch this trippy, aesthetically flawless, touching story about a young man and his future family save the world from a disaster. When one of us is hurt, we're all hurt, so know the fate of mankind wasn't on the line in that sense, but the mental pain or like distress, we're sure would have been the end of mankind in a way. Please respectfully, watch any anime film because this Ghibli mix is making me watch Howl's, Kiki's, Totoro, and of course most of all everyone's fave Spirited Away. This film was made by Madhouse and they did a surely masterful job fucking making one of my fave movies ever. When it's not enough to travel during summer, let cinema take you to a different world in an, respectfully, even better way because we don't have to pay like we do with flight and whatnot. The tragedy of loss, the grief of uncertainty, the pain of losing a loved one, the sorrow of a missing family member, the hope of a grandma, the hope of a missing family member returned. You'll surely love every second you spend watching Summer Wars. I spend my summers intending or like purposing to make them as meaningful as possible because of course schools close, school starts, seasonal jobs end, and the colder seasons come with their own challenges, but I promise you nothing embodies summer like Summer Wars. We all love summer, but sometimes it's hard to talk about when summer's not perfect. But fear not, cause of course respectfully, it's in the name. Summer comes with wars, but that's what makes summer summer. Summer is filled with challenges, obstacles, grief, loss, pain, sorrow, hardship, so of course be sensitive to anyone who might have a hard time with the season, cause you never know why. Watch this film LML, an innocent love story about how family makes us stronger, but not weaker. Sumitimus what feels so obvious, respectfully isn't. If you have family, and you're not so close, remember that's okay, but respectfully always remember they'll always be there for you. The challenges of summer don't have to be faced alone. Let this summer be the first time, if you haven't, respectfully, be the first time you looked back and said summer wasn't all nice, but it wasn't all mean either. But then it becomes all nice because you accepted the mean on the chin and got through it. We all live our own summer wars. Lick the heat. This fucking heat, man. Oh, this fucking heat. When it's night and the summer's night feels like hotter than the hottest winter day, let that, to my Christians, feel like a warm hug from God. See, the good and the bad. The heat doesn't always have to be a bummer, but again it can just be a nice, cozy, samiri, warm hug from God, or like respectfully if you're not religious from anything good. Well, I've been writing for over an hour apparently because I had to restart my Ghibli mix, so that's my cue to sign out of Oz, cheer for my fave baseball team, play some Hanafuda, eat a meal with a nice big family, and fall in love. Oh, we all live our own summer wars. It's summer. Let this heat be a challenge you overcome. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love, our lives are summer wars year-round, so please don't feel too bad. This season is surely special. It'll be Christmas before we know it. Go swim. Ike. Barav. Kurse respectfully, keep your loved ones in mind. They're all we got, yak now? We all live our own summer wars. He could cry at that last line, which means I've done my job, LMAO. We all live our own summer wars. We all live our own summer wars. I feel like my war has been won, so I guess I'm just left with the summer part, right? Play some video games and enjoy the heat, guys. Oh, we all live our own summer wars, but also how we all overcome our own summer wars. Say a prayer for me, Granny. The Jinuki family are always praying for you, and I know Kenji and Natsuki are doing good. The whole family is. We all live our own summer wars. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love. Roll credits. We all live our own summer wars. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love. And like Kenji and Natsuki, we'll always be in love. How we all live our own summer wars. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love. We all live our own summer wars. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love. We all live our own summer wars. Back to my summer war has officially been won. God bless the summertime. God bless the summertime. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless and see you next time. This is the end of how we all live our own summer wars. From a part-time job, to a hack, to a family coming together, to falling in love by a man who has won his summer war.